What is up, Internet? It is I, Caleb Black, and I'm making one of my rare 3D Mate Space appearances. Not so rare now that I've been drinking more, but yeah, the last time I showed up in real time was when I was grilling and I decided to share my meat with you. I hope you enjoyed that. Um, but now it's time for a different sort of rant, one that's actually related to my channel topic. Today, I'm going to be bitching about Cyberpunk 2077. Yes, that's right, the topic that everybody's talking about right now because it's launching soon. I'm super excited about it. Full disclosure, I pre ordered the game, oh wow, earlier in 2019. Uh, can't exactly remember when, but I was very excited about it when they talked about launching it. I was very excited about all of the talk leading up to it. I'm pretty excited about the game overall, as excited as I can be. I'm not a very excitable person anymore, but as jaded and cynical as I've become, pretty happy about what I've seen so far of Cyberpunk 2077, minus the leaks. I've been avoiding the spoilers like the plague, like coronavirus. Um, but there's been something that's been deeply, deeply troubling to me, and I'd like to share that with you all 19 of you, or rather the 3 of you that actually watch my videos. Thanks, guys. Or girls. I don't get gender when I look at my analytics, but that doesn't matter. Those of you that watch, I appreciate you, all 3 of you. Without further ado, though, I'd like to get to the heart of the issue. The how do I put this delicately? The media coverage about Cyberpunk has been troubling to me. For a while, to be fair, I've been pretty annoyed by mainstream outlets' coverage of the game, mostly because they're salty assholes who can't actually applaud a game company for not being douchey like most of the AAA game companies out there. Oh, sorry, I had a blizzard stuck in my throat. The problem that I have is that the reactionary coverage of Cyberpunk 2077 doing well because they're problematic, it has no basis in reality. None. Cyberpunk is transphobic and racist? No, it's not. First, let's cover the racist part because that's the easiest one to debunk. The man who created Cyberpunk, the tabletop game, the one who provided the license to CDPR and helped them out immensely on the creation of the game and making sure that it was lore friendly and all of that, is a black man. Oh my god. Now, are they going to call the black dude who made the universe and created the lore a racist? Well, apparently, because he's the guy who said, I trust this company with my intellectual property, and I trust that they're going to do a good job, and they're going to make me a lot of money. And they are, and they have. And he even said on the trash fire that is Twitter that y'all should step off CD Projekt Red for their depiction of the Voodoo Boys because I'm the guy who came up with the Voodoo Boys, and I'm black. Not me personally, I'm obviously not black. But the guy who made them up, he was. Now, there's ways around that defense, but they're all intellectually disingenuous. And I don't like those kind of arguments because, well, they're stupid. So that one's put to bed. Glad we could all put that behind us. So CD Projekt Red is not racist for the depiction of any race in Cyberpunk 2077. Their main stance on racism is that it's bad. And that's pretty much everyone's take on racism, except for progressive Twitter. They really seem to love racism and being racist. Um, I don't get that how that's a good thing. But then again, I was born in the 80s, so maybe I missed the point of the Benetton ads and, you know, Hands Across America and all that shit. Maybe I missed the point of it. Maybe really we should just be segregating ourselves and not accepting of other cultures or races. I mean, at least that's what Twitter seems to be telling me. And I mean, they're on the right side of history. So I guess not being racist is a bad thing? I'm confused. But now let's get to the juicier nut in this conversation. Let's get to the part that's harder to crack because being a cisgendered Hispanic male, such that I am, and being straight, sorry to disappoint anybody. I mean, you can ship me with whoever you want. I mean, I'm gorgeous, so, fair play. It's the internet. Go for it. I don't care. Um, Married, so, but the problem that I have with the whole transphobic thing is it just leads back to one piece of marketing. Now, it's based off of a in-game corporate advertisement. Some of the smarter people in my audience should be able to figure out where I'm going with this, but for the slower ones who were watching this just because they want to dislike me, thanks for watching. Leave your rage comments. I love to see them. They are genuinely entertaining. So let me just describe the ad, because if I put it on screen, my channel will get even less traffic than it already does. It is a very beautiful trans woman with a big veiny cock and a leotard. I mean, not my cup of tea. Good on you if you like that. That's cool. They're advertising to you. People say that image is transphobic because they're exploiting a trans body. But in the Cyberpunk universe, corporations are exploiting everyone. So they're equal opportunity offenders. They'll exploit you as long as they think they can make money out of you. And that kind of reminds me of something. Oh, what is it? What is it that reminds me of? How does that outlook reflect something in the real world? That couldn't possibly be right. Neighbor kids. What real world comparisons can we draw from the depiction of advertising in Cyberpunk's universe to our own, to the real world? Well, I hate to say it. It's kind of a bit on the nose. But what about, I don't know, Twitter itself? Many corporations who jump on the Pride Month logo to sell you things. Are they transphobic? Are they homophobic? Are they not LGBTQ friendly because they post their rainbow flag on their corporate accounts to try and tell you that they're a good corporation? They won't possibly fuck you in any way. And they don't really want your money. But if you've got money to spend, we support your cause. So give us money. How is that any different than the negative depiction of a trans person in the Cyberpunk universe? How is that different? You see, this might be shocking to some of you, It very well might rock your world. Glasses off. It's serious time. My sweet, sweet summer child, I hate to break this to you, but corporations. I'm sorry, this is really hard to say. Oh my god. Corporations don't give one fuck about you or your struggle or your journey. They don't care. They just want your money. They just want you to buy their shit. Who would have thought? Who would have thought that that's what advertising is supposed to do, to entice you to buy their shit? By claiming that they understand you, they understand your personal struggle, and they want to help. All you gotta do is spend your money on them. I need my glasses or I'm gonna get a headache. Hold on a second. Well, some alcohol. Because children are annoying when they're not mine. This is embarrassing, so I'm keeping it in. Ow. There we go. Alright, back to being able to see and back to being able to talk. So, just to go over this one more time, for those of you who haven't been following along, Cyberpunk 2077 is not homophobic or transphobic or any of the other phobes or ists or whatever. It's not racist because the lore that they're using and the depictions that they're using are based off of and signed off on by a black dude who made it. He created it. He created Cyberpunk. He created the tabletop RPG, which is excellent, by the way. I definitely recommend, if you can find it, pick up a rule book, check it out, because it's fun. Not the easiest game to get into, but one, it's hard to find. At least in my area, it's hard to find, and it's hard to find a group who wants to try it out. But, I mean, so is Shadowrun. But that's beside the point. Dude who made the game system and the universe that Cyberpunk 2077 is based off of is a black guy. So, think specifically Polygon's accusations that they're racists. No. No, they're not. Istanphobe? No, they're not. I don't think it's necessarily brave of them to make gender fluid character creation options. That's been a thing in video games and in science fiction in general. Transhumanism has been a thing in science fiction since the fucking 1940s. Quote me on that one. I like science fiction, but I don't study it. I just read it and enjoy it. But I'm pretty sure I'm right on that one. It might have been a little later, maybe 50s. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Transhumanism has been a science fiction trope for a very long time. It's been a pop culture thing for a very long time. Most people who were cool with gay marriage happen to be sci-fi nerds, just saying. So, in general, the community is not phobic. Because the things that scare us also entice us. That's a different topic for a different conversation. Anyway, they're not ists or phobes. They're not brave for allowing gender fluid character creation options. That's not a new thing in video games. It hasn't been for a while. So they shouldn't get credit for that, but I mean they did it. But it's a part of the lore. It's lore friendly. It's a part of the universe. Because when you can cybernetically augment your body in whatever way the fuck you want, and as long as you have the money to do it, you can do it. So why wouldn't they have trans advertising, since technically a good chunk of the population is trans something, either transhuman, cyborgs, cybernetic, or transsexual? It doesn't matter in that universe. It literally means nothing except another vector to target advertising. And you know what? in that horribly dystopian future, since everyone is a commodity, including trans people, and including their images and their likeness, if they can find somebody attractive and exploit them for money, they're gonna do it. And that's not phobic. Actually, that's very open minded and very progressive from a certain point of view. Ideally, no one would exploit anyone at all, but Cyberpunk 2077 is not set in a utopia. It's set in a, say it with me now, dystopia. A technocratic oligarchy where the people with the best technology and the most money decide how things are going to go. And the best way to keep that system going is by targeting people who have some money and taking it from them. And that includes trans people, because in this universe, trans people have buying power. They are marketing directly to them because they have money. They have some form of status if they are able to accrue money. So they're trying to get their money because it all spends the same. It's all money. They don't give a shit where it comes from. They just want you to see an idealized figure that is being advertised to you so that you are manipulated into buying their shit. And that is no different from how it's done today. And to all the Twitterati, to the people on Twitter who are bitching, and all the games journalists, heavy sarcasm, who say that CD Projekt Red is bad and awful because of one bit of ad copy for their game. During Gay Pride Month, do you try and sell subscriptions to your really shitty gamer magazine based off of your identity politics? Because you are exploiting someone's gender identity in order to make money. So, if CD Projekt Red is bad for doing the exact same behavior that you are engaging in during June, oh, ouch, oof, as the kids say. Oof, big oof. I don't know what to tell you guys. I think I might have cracked the code. But then again, I'm just a drunk Mexican with a nice hat. So, let's recap. Because it seems like the thing to do at the end of the video. Are CD Projekt Red perfect? No. But they have earned their reputation as a good gaming company based off of their previous work. Namely, The Witcher 3. They did right by the creator, eventually. That was the situation all on its own. It got settled. Everything's cool now, apparently. I haven't heard anything else about that. That's bad, so, okay. And they definitely earned the respect of the gaming audience because they were fair with how they monetized their game. They didn't gouge you. They didn't hide a bunch of content behind a paywall after you already spent full price on the game. A lot of their extra content was free, including extra quests and things. And when they made you pay for expansions, they were legit expansions. They were big additions to the game, which was already huge. And they treat their workers fairly. I don't know what this nonsense is about. Oh, crunch! Because if you get offered extra hours and you agree to them and you are duly compensated, that is not the same as EA crippling their staff in order to meet a ridiculous deadline. It's not an Anthem situation. where CD Projekt Red is located, where their main office is, and where their programmers are employed, they have very strict employment laws. And most of the people who work there were happy to polish the game because they were proud of the thing that they were making. Now, it sucks when you have to work to the point of exhaustion. I know, because I work in meat processing, and it's COVID season, and I don't get to work under a 10-hour day because cows and pigs need to die so that you can eat, and I have to kill them and then turn them into tinier pieces so that way we can package them, so that way you can buy them at the store. You see? I'm proud of the work that I do, and I enjoy the work that I do, so I don't mind working 10 plus hours a day, so that way you can eat, and so that I can feed my family with the money that I make, because my employers pay me to do the job that I do, and they pay me fairly. And overtime rates are pretty damn good when you work a 50-hour week. So we'll see how that pans out. This doesn't need to get political. I won't do that to you guys. Suffice it to say, any controversy that's surrounding the launch of Cyberpunk 2077 is bullshit. It is trumped up and blown out of proportion by dying digital media companies who have to rage bait people into reading their trash articles. They are not saying anything of worth. They are not adding to the conversation. They are just hypocrites who piss on their audience. And that's the only way that they know how to draw eyes to their website, by making the people who visit there angry. And the people who agree with them they number so insignificantly that if they were the only ones reading those articles, they would have already been out of business. If it was just the Reset Era crowd who was reading Polygon and no other gamers, they'd be gone. They'd be on unemployment and making more money than I am. Sorry, fighting politics. But that's just this humble Mexican's opinion. And another thing, I do just have to get this out there in a video to all the white folk who get offended on behalf of Hispanic people like me. Do me one favor. Just one. Fuck off. And to those loyal viewers who actually made it to the end of this video, thank you for indulging me in my little rant. I don't know how many more of these I'm going to do, honestly. It takes a lot to rile me up, and it takes me a while to make this stuff entertaining. But if you did enjoy it, like it, share it, leave a comment, engage on my channel, please. I'd like to read some comments for a change. And, subscribe if you haven't already. And, yeah, I'll do what I can. Once I get the game, I'll definitely be either streaming it or making videos. Probably streaming it because I'm far too lazy to edit these days. I have been working 50-hour weeks, and I get tired. But, yeah. This has been Caleb Black. Cheers. And peace. Tequila and energy drink, by the way. Not healthy. Don't put this in your body. I will, but you shouldn't.
Cinder and blight veil the air, bring the night and your repose, sweet repose, suspended. The hours fly, years go by. Then the morning comes.